Some of it's back to basics. It's recruiters being order takers and not consultants and not advisors. We've been talking about this a long time, right? Recruiters, we're really good at putting together beautiful charts and measuring things that make sense to recruiters. I think talent management is really look at the full life cycle of an employee. How can you optimize for the company, for the individual? Hey, how can you use AI? Is there efficiency to gain? So it's moving from hey, it's a cool tool. There's some neat capability to how do you actually get business value out of some of the things to do?
AI compliance, if not a thing now, will become a thing, a bit much bigger thing going forward. Let's say this is William Tincup and Paul. Paul, how are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. What? Introduce yourself, if you don't mind, for the audience and everybody at home and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I've been a TA leader for 20 some years. Worked at companies you're probably familiar with like Rackspace and Washington Mutual, Travel and Leisure, Wyndham Hotels. For the last 2 years, I've been a consultant with Riviera Advisors.
Oh yeah. So were you down at Rackspace? Were you down in the mall?
We were at the Castle.
The Castle.
Yeah.
Boy, I love that space.
Yeah, it
because
was a good era.
They let everybody kind of do their own thing. A lot of Mountain Dew, a lot of Monster Energy drinks.
Typical, very like typical IT company of that era, but based in San Antonio. Look, they had it was a really great environment and extreme in many ways.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All good. All good. Were
Yeah.
you there with Michael Long?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Michael was on my team.
Oh my goodness. That
Yeah.
is so fantastic. And
Yeah.
your last name? Oh,
Paul Norman.
Norman. Okay. So let's do this. Single biggest challenge in recruiting today. What do you think it is?
Yeah. So moving into consulting, I've gotten to see quite a few different sizes of companies, industries, teams, challenges. Biggest challenge. Some of it's back to basics. It's recruiters being order takers and not consultants
Right.
and not advisors. We've been talking about this for a long time,
100%.
right?
This is a 100-year
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. So that's one thing that's pretty consistent and hard to overcome. Teams really struggle with that, but it's probably one of the top differentiators in great TA teams and average TA teams is that ability to get to that point where you can be a consultant and advisor. Part of that's knowing the business. We still see that as a struggle. Recruiters, we're really good at putting together beautiful charts and measuring things that
Yep.
make sense to recruiters.
Tim Sack and I had this conversation yesterday. He's like, I'm on a mission to get rid of time to fill.
I agree. Time to fill is great as an operational metric for TA leaders. It helps you see like where the gaps are in your pipeline, your workflow, and the steps and so on, right? But you talk to the business doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
Business says, "I have a
That was
hole."
his bit.
Yeah.
Because like CEO doesn't care about time to fill.
Nah, we
So-
like high volume shops. I did this at a couple different companies that I was at. High volume shops, you move to percent filled,
Okay.
percent budget,
Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah,
of
yeah.
staff, because that's what you need, especially in a high volume operation. If you're running a hotel, you don't have the housekeepers. I mean, this happened. Like we got time to fill down to 5 days or something. We were patting ourselves on the back and speaking at conferences and saying, "Look at how awesome we are." The business said, "Yeah, but that was 5 days I didn't have a housekeeper."
That's right. Yeah. That's 5 days. We couldn't use that room.
Yeah, so we see that as a gap too in a lot of the companies that we talk
Interesting.
to. Of it's just they're not connected to the business and what the business is trying to get done, and to the extreme of like some companies we work with, the recruiters may not even know what the business goals are. That's a big gap.
Well, we've been around this industry long enough to hear the phrase talent management. What does that mean to you today?
I think it's evolved, and talent management to me means you're thinking about it broader than the components of I have to go attract talent and get it recruited into the industry and get it into my company. I think talent management is really look at the full life cycle of an employee.
Yeah.
How can you optimize for the company, for the individual? And a lot of companies struggle with that because it's done largely in pieces, right?
Well,
It's
and
sped up.
Optimize decade ago could have been, let's check in every 6 months. Optimize today, it's the frequency of optimization is going to be a lot faster.
Yeah. Certainly easier to do today.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So what's your current take on AI adoption? How do you get people to use, if they're going to choose to use AI, which, okay, that could be a question in and of itself, but if they're going to use AI, how do they get their folks, their sourcers, their recruiters, their hiring managers, how do they get their whole folks using AI?
Yeah, it's really been interesting to watch the evolution even in the last 12 months. One of the questions I'm asking here of people I'm networking with is, are you under pressure to use AI? Are you using it? What are you doing with it? A year ago, the answers were very much like, I'm really excited about it. I'm not really sure. We don't know
Yeah.
what to do. There's too much noise.
Big
Everybody
question mark.
has it, right? Every
Yeah.
tool I already own now is AI, and everything I have is an agent now. And then the legal, my company allows me. I can't have access to ChatGPT.com, right?
And-
Things like this.
And the lawsuits that are piling up
Got it.
also makes it scary.
Yeah. But what I've seen in the last 12 months, it's there has been an evolution, been a push. CHROs are hearing more about, I need to figure this out, and we need to figure out how to actually use it to drive an impact.
Right.
So that's progressing. And the pressure I see also on CHROs and TA leaders to, hey, how can you use AI? Is there efficiency to gain? So it's moving from hey, it's a cool tool, there's some neat capability, to how do you actually get business value
Right.
out of some of the things to do? And we see it across the board. I mean, we see it from recruiters using transcription, loading transcripts into an LLM to put together summaries. Some of that inside the company, some of that on their own. You can't stop people from being people with their
Oh yeah.
mobile phone.
Oh,
right?
100%. 100%. Nor should we. I mean, again, if it's helping them, again, I don't mind that. Again, at one point, the company is going to have to sign off to make sure that they're compliant, because
Yeah.
AI compliance, if not a thing now, will become a thing, a bit much bigger thing going forward. When you need to recharge your battery goes a little low. What do you do to recharge your battery?
Yeah, we've got 4 kids. So youngest one plays hockey. So recharging. I follow him all over Texas playing hockey,
Yes, travel hockey.
travel hockey.
Oh boy, that's
Yeah.
a thing.
I don't know if that's relaxing or not, but it is fun. We get on the ice, watch him play. That's a recharge.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. This has been fantastic, Paul. Thank you so much for carving out time for
Yeah,
us.
thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And thanks to the audience.